Hello, grade fours. Welcome to Friday's math video. I hope you're ready to do some learning. I sure am. All right, so find a quiet spot, however you're doing your work, whether it's on a device or on a piece of paper or on the video. Get settled and get ready. Turn on your math brain and let's get started. I'm going to switch to the camera view right now. All right, grade 4, let's get started with Friday's math. I write it in big letters because I film all of the page views at the same time, and it's very hard to discover which grade and which day, so that's why it's up there. So Friday, we're gonna do some data management. So use the calendar to answer the questions. I love calendar questions, and calendars are really important to master. It's important to be able to read a calendar. So we're just going to look at the calendar to answer these questions. How many Saturdays are in the month of June? So this is the month of June. And again, this will be different every year. It changes a little bit, but let's check. We go to Saturday and we count the Saturdays. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 Saturdays because all of the days in this row are Saturdays. Okay, there are 4 Saturdays in the month of June. What day of the week is June 9th? So we go and we find 9 and we go up. Oh, it's a Friday. I said that like my grandpa. He always said like Friday. It's a Friday. All right. Name the date that is 2 weeks after June 13th. So we go to June 13th here. And we're going to count 2 weeks. And this is how you count weeks on a calendar. 1, 2. All right, there we are. So I've gone from here, 1, 2. I've hopped twice. So it's the 27th of June. What is the date of the 3rd Sunday in June? So again, I go to Sundays and I count 1, 2, 3. The 3rd Sunday is June the 18th of June. Okay, and now I'm going to go to what day of the week does the month end on? So you go to the last day of the month. It's the 30th, and you go up. It's a Friday. June ends on a Friday. Now, this year, June 30th is the last day of school. I'm sure you're very excited. This year, it's actually on a Tuesday. So June 30th this year is a Tuesday. Tuesday. All right, let's go through and do our brain stretch, and then we'll do some division and some fractions, and you're done for the day. Yay. Okay, so the Leamington Lions, let me just zoom in. The Leamington Lions basketball team had a great season. They scored 26 points during their first game, 22 points during their second game, 33 points during their third game, 40 points during their fourth game, and 34 points during the last game. How many points did they score all season? Oh, that's a lot of points. So I'm going to zoom out again and use my workspace over here. So we're going to count 26, 22, 33, 40, and 34. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go and we have all of these numbers. Now we're going to add them up. Now I actually find it easier to add like this. And then, so I'm going to add 26 and 22, 33 and 40, and then I'll add them together. So you can do whatever strategy works for you when you're adding big sets of numbers. So 6 and 2 is 8, 20 and 20 is 40. So these two together are 48. 3 and 0 is 3, 3 and 4 is 7. These two together are 73. And then I have 34. Now I have 3 numbers to add instead of 5 numbers to add, which is a little easier. So 8 and 3 is 11, and then 4 more is 15. I have a 10 to go up here. Now here I have 1 10 plus 4 10s, 50. 50 and 70 is 120, or sorry, 120. And 120 plus 3 is 150. 155 points. I think I got that right. It was Lots of math. All right, 155 points. Now, 155 points. Now, what is the range of the points scored? So range is where you take the highest number and you subtract it from the lowest number. So my highest number, the highest score in their game was 40. And I subtract it from the lowest number, which is 22. Or sorry, I subtract the lowest number from the highest number. All right, so now we go 40 subtract 22. Well, I'm just going to count up for that one. So count up from 22 to 30 is 8 and 10 more, so it's 18. 18 is the range of their points scored. Okie dokie. Now let's move on to division practice. It says solve this equation using repeated subtraction. So 25 divided by 5, and I'm practicing this. I know some of you guys are not fans of repeated subtraction, and I totally get it, but just follow along with me. It's not that bad. So 25, I'm going to start at 25, and I'm going to subtract until I get to 0. So I actually could set this up on a number line. So 25 divided by 5, I'm going to show that with a number line. I'm going to start at 25, and I'm trying to get to 0. So 25, subtract 5 is 20, subtract 5 is 15, subtract 5 is 10, subtract 5 is 5, and subtract 5 is 10, or 0. See, mixing up my words, it's okay. So how many groups of 5 did I subtract? I subtracted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 5. So 25 divided by 5, or 25 divided by 5 is 5. Ignore my work here. It's been a lot of shooting today. I'm starting to make mistakes, which means this is my last video. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now I move on to this one. It says solve the equations. You could easily do this one. So 60 divided by 6, 35 divided by 5, 20 divided by 4, and 28 divided by 7. So use your multiplication facts to help you. And you can just write them out. 60 divided by 6, 35 divided by 5, 20 divided by 4. And you can use repeated subtraction, or you could just use your multiplication facts to help you. Divide by 7. So I'm going to do one. I will model this one here. So 28 divided by 7, I think, okay, 7 times what is 28? And then I think of my 7 times table, and it's 7 times 4 is 28. So 28 divided by 7 is 4. Now you are going to use your multiplication facts to solve these, or repeated subtraction, or draw it out, whatever works for you. Okay, and this one, it says use the numbers to write 2 multiplication equations and 2 division equations. So I'm going to get you started with the multiplication equation, and I'm going to get you to try and figure out the rest. So it's like a fact family. It's like what you would have done in grade 3. So 4 times 10 equals 40. What other ways can you arrange this to do another multiplication and a division fact? Maybe 2 division facts if you're fancy. So you are going to try this on your own. So use these numbers to write 2 multiplication equations and 2 division equations. All right, on to number representation. So it says, we have learned that when we are working with fractions, we are dividing a whole into equal parts. For example, this whole square is divided into 3 equal parts. We know that 1 out of the 3 equal parts is shaded. We can write that like this. 1 number of parts that are shaded over 3 total number of equal parts. So that's pretty easy. What we've been practicing this, okay? So this is called the denominator. And this is called the numerator. Okay, so you've got your numerator and your denominator. Number of parts that are shaded is 1. Total number of parts is 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to practice. I'm going to do the first 2, and then I'm going to have you do the other ones because I know you can. So we're starting here. How many parts are shaded? 1, 2. I write that number on top. Think of it like a spelling test. How many out of how many? possible you could have got right. So how many right out of how many possible answers? And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as my total parts. So 2/5. Okay, and then I go on to here. I have 2 pieces total, so 2 total, and I'm shaded 1. Now I want you to practice and make me the next 4. So how many parts shaded? How many parts in total? How many parts shaded? How many parts in total? And now it says to draw pictures to represent these fractions. I am going to show you the thirds, and you're going to do the halves and quarters on your own, or fourths. So thirds, I'm going to divide them into 3. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. My thirds aren't perfect. That's okay. And I'm going to shade in 1, 2 out of my thirds. That's all you're doing. So you're going to divide that one into 4 equal pieces and this one into 2 equal pieces. And you're going to shade in 1 out of the 2 and 3 out of the 4. And then you're done math for the week. Way to go, grade 4s. I'm curious to see your fractions. If you could send me this work, that would be awesome. I'd like to see how it's going. All right. Have a beautiful day. I will see you on Thursday or Tuesday, next Tuesday, for more math.